I was thinking about the gospel, and it talks about, mustard seeds. Tiny mustard seed grows up to be really big. And our Lord says, if you have this amount of faith, you can say, like the trees, be uprooted and go into the sea, and it would happen. Keep thinking about my first assignment as a priest out in Swickley. And there were three priests: Monsignor the pastor, myself, and another priest. And that's when I started to do my hospital work. And like all the time, we would take a particular Sunday to be on duty for Swickley Valley Hospital. Then the Monsignor said, no, we got a kid here, meaning me, and it would be me and the other assistant who would flip-flop from Sunday to Sunday. Now, me and the Monsignor did not get along well. Basically, he thought I should know everything coming out of the seminary, and he wouldn't teach me or, even help me out. So every other Sunday, I would be with Monsignor, and he would cook a steak in an electric frying pan. And it was awful. But every Sunday I would have to sit with him, and he would take me down to the basement. Now, I marveled at this. This is like the only thing I marveled at, in my year there. He took seeds, burpee seeds, and put them into little things. He would ask me to help him. And I did, but I actually, because I'm a city boy, I marveled at the fact that every other Sunday going down there to help him, watching how these little seeds grow into plants. And then he had like a small garden next to the rectory, and he would plant them. He had tomato plants and all other kind of things. So he and I didn't get along real good. So I would steal tomatoes and take them home to my mom and say, hey, Mom, Monsignor gave these tomatoes. And then he would look at me and said, somebody took my tomatoes. And I just shrugged my shoulders with a straight face. I don't know who, But that marvelous thing of like watching something grow. Now, if you notice in the gospel, the apostles said to our Lord, increase our faith. Well, that don't happen overnight. You can't simply say, increase my faith. Your faith has to grow. And it grows more when you take care of it. And the fruits of your own life and your own love of Jesus just keeps going on. Now, I don't understand that second parable. The parable about, a servant working his butt off, it's all sweaty, and the master has no compassion for him. Feed me. It's your job. And we can only take that last line, when all you have done, you have been commanded. What is done, we were obliged to do. The workings of faith. Our faith obligates ourselves to love Christ, to do what he has commanded, to be just like him. You remember at the Last Supper when he washed everyone's feet? The master became the servant for each and every one of us to try to pursue what our Lord wanted us to do, to serve all. Faith ain't nothing that's given to you. Faith has to be worked on. The love of Christ in your life is a daily struggle to do simply what he wanted us to do. You know, today we celebrate the feast of St. Teresa. At the age of 16, she became a nun. She tried before, and they wouldn't let her because she was too young. She lived till she was 24. But in the Carmelite convent, she suffered from tuberculosis. She always wanted to become a missionary and a martyr. She couldn't do that. So what did she do? She prayed every day for the entire church of the world. Her love of Christ just shone through her with the fellow nuns that she was with. She wrote an autobiography, and she always talked about the facet of love. Loving God with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul. And trying to let that love come out to everyone that you meet. Yeah, our faith might be tiny, but it can increase by loving as Christ loved us, by taking the example of many saints who loved so much, by thinking about what it is to forgive, how to forgive those that we love and were hurt, just like Christ was betrayed, and he continued to love. And our prayer life has to be constant in our lives. We have to give time for prayer to pray for everyone, just like St. Teresa did. But the thing is, do we do it? Do we just say to ourselves, we are servants? We try to do the best that we can in loving our Lord? Or do we walk away from everything that he has asked us to do? We all got to think about our faith. It's not given, it grows. And it grows by loving our Lord each and every day more and more. May God bless you.